Lord have mercy. Wonders are happening in the Sahel region. When was the last time you heard that an African leader turned down to bribe? Okay, Niger just made news. The leader of Niger, the junta leader, just turned down $100 million. That is equivalent to about 65 billion francs CFA. You see,
Yankee go home. That's the message from Niger's junta to the some 1,000 American troops stationed in the country.
The American presence on the territory of the Republic of Niger is illegal and violates all the constitutional and democratic rules.
Niamey's decision to tear up a military cooperation agreement signed in 2012 follows a coup d'etat last July. With softer diplomacy than France, the United States didn't call it a coup until months later. And despite a visit from an American delegation last week, Niger has made its mind up.
We are aware of the statement from the CNSP in Niger, which follows frank discussions at senior levels in Niamey this week about our concerns with the CNSP's trajectory.
Niger was one of the West's last allies in the Sahel region. In recent years, the United States had begun operating a major surveillance base in the city of Agadez, built at a cost of more than $100 million. Washington hoped its pact with Niger wouldn't just be to fight terrorism, but also stem the growing influence of Russia and its Wagner mercenaries in the region. Not so. The junta's televised address name-checked Russia as an important partner.
not only did he turn down bribe, General Tayani, the junta leader of Niger, whom the United States of America termed illegal when they took power in 2023, has decided that the American troops should leave the territory of Niger. That was the last hope of America in that region. But they have decided that America has to go. Come on, it is not an easy bone to chew. You see, before civilian rule came to Africa, military rule led Africa forward. And that is the reason why most of the military leaders were termed evil, because they were irresistible. They could not be easily penetrated and manipulated like the civilian leaders we have today, who can be bribed with hamburgers, champagne, and call it whatsoever you want to. You remember General Idi Amin of Uganda, whose name has been littered with blood in our history books. You remember Sani Abacha of Nigeria, whom you could not read anything, or you cannot read anything positive about in our history books. These people gave hell to the colonial masters in their territory, and that is the reason why we cannot read anything wonderful about them. Very few of you know about Queen Azinga of the Congo. She was a military leader who liberated her people. Very few people know about Shaka Zulu or King Hannibal. These people were military leaders, and that is the way Africa has ever been before we were manipulated and brought what we call today civilian rule. Civilian rule will never ever lead Africa anywhere. Any of the civilian who try to take Africa out of the shackles of colonialism and slavery was murdered. Okay, going back to Niger. Niger has decided that the military base of America in their territory should leave. Okay? They should go. And America is not finding that easy. Now you go back and start asking the other African states, what are military bases of the United States of America doing in their country? Do you have any military base of any African state station in America? No. Why don't you tell these people to go? Why are they occupying Africa? How does Africa concern them? And so they'll tell you they are fighting terrorism and whatsoever they call it. But you and I know that some of these terrorists have been deemed and investigated and discovered to be sent by these very people who claim to be, protecting Africa. Time has come that we must do what we need to do. And the Sahel is making the African people proud.